So today we are going to use Rapidminer to solve a classification problem, binary classification problem. So we are going to use a dataset called Pokemon dataset, which is in a CSV format. Let us wait for some time so that this Rapidminer um, opens up. It should not take that much time. I don't know why. So once you register here, you can see that your name is coming up here. So by the time it reloads, I just show you the problem statement. So this is the same problem, same dataset I have used to design a random forest classifier model. Okay, so the problem statement basically is based on all these features to predict whether the Pokemon is legendary or not. So in case in legendary column, you can see here that there will be two values. One is false, one is true. So it's a binary classification model. Okay, so let's go and check the Rapidminer graphic user interface. So here we are going to select blank process. Okay, so this is the user interface of Rapidminer, and this is the repository window, operator window, parameters and process. So today we are going to use turbo prep and auto model, which is one of the most um, convenient way of doing the prediction model, designing a prediction model. So first, you have to import data. So I already had imported the data. So I'll just show you how to do it. So you go to my computer and so go to desktop. So here you can see that this is my data. Okay. So since I have already imported my data, I will just go ahead, click on this. So you can see that once I click on my imported data, it's actually directly showing me my data here. But let us suppose, let me close this and let's go back to design. And let us suppose I import the data. So you have to click on next. So here you can see that you can select the header row, start row, and if you go ahead, you can actually do some exploratory data analysis and data cleaning in the initial beginning steps only. So here I can actually change the name of the column header, name of the column header. Okay, so other things I think you can do this also, replace errors with missing values and all. So I'm not doing this here. We can do it afterwards. So you can see here the type 2 is having a lot of missing values. So we're going to deal with them. Now let's do the next. See the data, I've already stored the data. I had already downloaded it earlier, so I don't need to again do it again. So I'm just canceling it. If I do finish, then it's going to ask me whether I want to overwrite it or not. Okay. So once you do this, you come to the result section. So in the design section, you are not having anything. Okay. Why? Because we are not using directly anything from the we are not building anything from the scratch. So we are using this turbo prep. So first, let's do the data cleaning and exploratory data analysis part. So in EDA part, you see here there is a statistics column which actually shows you the missing values and what all observe what are the um, different like average and everything you can get here. So it will give you an idea of like what is the kind of data you're having. Okay, so also you can see the data type is also here. Okay, so if you want to see in detail, you can click on this and you can actually go ahead and check for that. Okay, so let's go back to data and you can, okay, so there are several options if you want to see other plots as well, you can see. Okay, so I don't need to do any kind of annotations. So if you want, you can do. If you want to write something about this project, you can do that. Okay, so okay, so I don't want to do this as well. I'm just closing this window and I'll go back to the results. Okay, so now you can see that in that this one. Okay, so you can do this ordering as well. Okay, so I think okay, so here you can see that there are 800 examples. Okay, and 800 examples. So examples are nothing but these are the rows. So there are 800 rows and 12 columns. Okay, so that's why it's saying that 12 regular attributes. Okay, so now let us do quickly the turbo prep. So just I have to load the data again from the local repository. So this is my data. Okay, so I do load data. Okay, so the data has been loaded. Now I do transform. So transform basically I can use to remove the columns, and also I just told you that type 2 column is actually showing red also, right? So it's because it's having a lot of missing values. So what I can do is I don't need this column because I think type 1 column and other features are enough for predicting the legend of legend, whether the Pokemon is legendary or not. So here also you can see the histogram and data distribution of each column. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove the type 2 column. I don't want it, so I just removed it. Okay, because it was having a lot of missing values. Okay, and I think we also don't need this num and name columns. I'm just removing them. Okay, so you can do several other things. So here also you can see that it's asking like whether you want to filter it or if you want to keep the missing values or remove the missing values and everything. Okay, so that also you can do, but here I don't want to do anything because I don't if I go back. Okay, so in turbo play, so first let me commit the transaction. Okay. So okay, so let me go to charts. So after doing this, actually I can see that so there's a true false. If you want, you can actually do a box plot as well. Okay, for the attack, you want, you can do a group by. Okay, so there are several things we can do here for the data visualization part. So the results part, actually you need to uh, okay, so I'm just canceling this. Okay, so okay, so this part is done. So let us do data cleaning. So in data cleaning, it's actually automatically going to take care of the missing values, and also it's going to check for the correlation. If there is any correlation in between the feature columns, it's going to remove it, like we do it with the heat map, like here, to find the collinearity between the features. So similar kind of thing. So here the best thing is we go for auto cleansing. So in auto cleansing, it will ask you to select the target column, so which is none other than the legendary column. So you just go ahead and select it. Then here I don't want to do any encoding, level encoding, so I'm just keeping everything original. Don't want to perform PCA because there are only 9 features. Let's go ahead. Okay, now I'm applying the auto cleaning. That is done. The last step is you have to commit. So you just commit it. Now let's go to, don't want to generate. So generating, if you want to generate a separate column, you can do that. You want to pivot or merge. Merge means merging two different datasets that we don't want to do. So I just go ahead and do the model. So here this is the auto model process. So here I don't want to do anything. I just need to answer few questions. So I just, what I want to do, I want to predict. So it's asking, click on the data column you want to predict. So this is the legendary column you want to predict. So just predict, click on the data column you want to predict. Yeah, so this is what, okay, I want to predict. So this is, I just need to click next. Then you go ahead, click next again. So it's automatically has selected all the features that is good enough to do the prediction. Go ahead and then do the, so these are the model types. So whatever model you don't want to do calculate, just you can just remove them. Okay, and I click on run. So it's going to actually give me a comparison of all the models I selected. And then what you can do is you can save this file and export the data. So this is how we do the model building. So it is going to take a while, so I can wait for some time. So by the time I can show you the results that is being displayed here. So you can check for the classification error, you can check for the accuracy of each of the model, you can check for the precision, recall, sensitivity, specificity, and everything here. So based on this you can actually select that which model you want to use. Okay, so we'll wait for some more time, and let me check my recording time. So it's around 14 minutes. Okay, fine, no issues. So by the time you can see all the different options we are having here. So this is one of the recent processes I had saved earlier. So you can import and export the processes. I will show you what we mean by the processes after this thing gets completed. So there are several extensions that you can actually also use in your system. You can find all this information from rapidminer.com. Okay, so I think we are done here. So this is the accuracy, this is the classification error. There you see recall, sensitivity, specificity, everything. Okay, so this is the accuracy I can show you. So deep learning model is giving you the best accuracy. So I can go ahead, I can open the process and show you. So this is how the processes are saved here. Okay, so this is the whole process. I can just minimize this to show you. Okay, so this is how easily we can do all this. So the final step is I'm going to save the process. So I'll just write deep learning Pokemon, and I'm going to save it in the processes directory. Just do okay. So that's it. Thank you so much.